Heyo everybody, Haku here with my live reaction or read through for Tower of God Urek Mazino chapter 30 onward. I don't know how many I'll do. I'm thinking, as of recording this, chapter 38 is out officially, so I'm thinking I'll do like 2 or 3 a video, depending on how long they are, maybe more, maybe less. I don't know how long these are going to be, and do videos as often as I can, like maybe weekly as much as I can, and then we'll be caught up, and it'll be much easier to just do one chapter a video once we're caught up. Again, just sticking with the official release or anything. I'm not going to read ahead with the scans or anything. I'm just going to stay official because I don't like the translations as much, and for me, I like to get the best quality for my first experience. That's why I go for the scans with One Piece, because I could do official translation for One Piece, I really could, but I don't like the One Piece official translation, so I will be sticking with this the way it is. Either way though, we are a bit behind. I'm behind on a bunch of other things too that I need to catch up on, like Kubera, Ichi the Witch, Marriage Toxin I really need to catch up on, Giant Ojo-sama, for various different reasons that some of you probably already know a lot of. I've fallen behind on so many things for the beginning part of this year, and I really need to catch up to them. But today, I was really in a Tower of God mood. I really want to read Urek Mazino. Where we left off, the first 27 chapters, like, it wasn't perfectly written or anything. It's not like, oh my gosh, it's my favorite comic ever, but I was really enjoying it. I was having so much fun. I didn't like chapter 28 as much, and then chapter 29, I do think the writing here is bad. It falls into a lot of the bad writing that we fell into with season 3 of the main series, sadly, but I am still, like, I still want to go. I still want to have fun. I still want to talk to everybody. Like, I was really enjoying Urek Mazino and want to continue enjoying Urek Mazino, but I think more than even missing the comic itself, I miss, talking with everybody. I miss talking with all of you in the comments and other people's chats, because I watch Dr. Bonehead's stuff a bit afterward because he always streams before I record. But when it comes to like watching streams, I try to be there live a lot of the time for Amy Angel's reaction and Ron Can's reaction, and I miss being there for those. I miss being there for that. So I really want to be able to interact more with everybody, and I miss that part of things when I'm not caught up. And then of course I like Naya stuff, but I sadly have to kind of avoid it since he's ahead, even though I enjoy it. But if you want to thank anybody for me keeping my excitement and stuff, and I don't know, I would have probably kept my excitement either way because I've been enjoying it, but I was going to say, if you want to thank anybody for me continuing with this, thank Ron Can and Naya, because both of them have asked me, were you caught up to Tower of God? Have you been reading Tower of God? So they have both asked about it. But either way, yeah, I'm gonna try to keep the long intro out of the way. I think that's everything I wanted to say. I kind of rambled on, so let's start reading with chapter 30. And like I said, depending on how long these are, maybe I'll try to do 2 or 3. If they're short, maybe some action-heavy stuff, I can read even more. We will see. So we've got the following day, the castle where Mago is. And I've been out of it for a couple months, so it feels a little weird but refreshing being back. Got Mago here, and Neo's, was it Leo, the other one? Then we have Peak, I was ever so Deke. Peak, we have Machete. We shall begin shortly. Tower of God, Urek Mazino, episode 30, a new test, part 2. So, the one who brought me here is the ruler of this floor. Yes, my lady, he is the one who brought you to the floor of tests. His name is Asa. He used to be a successful ranker, envied by all. He left the floor of tests to the test directors and wandered freely throughout the tower. Like many other rankers, his ego grew over the years, and his actions became more and more bizarre. At one point, he even filled an entire testing site with statues of himself. And I was thinking, is this supposed to be like maybe an Easter egg? Should we know these characters at all? Like with the hair of two of them, we know that at one point, Leiroro and Yuri were together, but I guess we technically don't know if this is pre or post Yuri climbing, because Yuri is pretty young. Her climb was pretty recently. And I wouldn't think that this is Leiroro and Yuri, but, you know, we don't know for sure, I guess. So he adored himself more than anything. Indeed, during one of his journeys, he discovered an island. That island. And I just remembered something that I may have been spoiled on, another character that's going to be showing up in the spinoff. I'm not going to say who or anything, but it is a character that, while I am a little bit disappointed that I'm spoiled that they were showing up, it is not a big surprise that they are showing up in the spinoff. So it's like, it's a bummer I was spoiled, but it's also not surprising, so I feel like, you know what, fair enough. So again, maybe don't mention it. Like, I don't know the details or the context or anything, just that I'm assuming they're showing up here from things that I've heard or things that I've seen from other people posting titles and thumbnails and stuff. But yeah, it's one of those things where it would be nice to be surprised, but even them showing up, if I hadn't been spoiled that they're showing up, it still wouldn't have been a crazy surprise, really. That island is the one we're on now. Apparently, the locals considered it a holy land. They would embark on a pilgrimage, pray, and then return to this castle. He was deeply moved by the sight of the locals approaching the castle with total humility to pray to a mysterious invisible being. I suppose Asa dreamed of a day when people would come to the castle to worship him. So Asa decided to move the island to his floor, and with that, he took the entire island. The locals had their holy land taken away from them overnight. Asa gave this island a new home on the floor of tests. So we're seeing people just straight up carrying islands from floor to floor, without even realizing that you dwelled within the castle. Okay, so the jewel was left there pre-Asa moving it. So Fintaminum didn't leave the jewel on the second floor. He left the jewel at this holy island, and the holy island got moved at a later date. That you dwelled within the castle. He planned to use it as a new testing site, but the head test director at the time became fed up with his bizarre behavior and decided to step down. That's when I arrived as his successor. Then, coincidence brought me here, to discover you within this castle. At that moment, the wheel of fate began to turn for the two of us. The two of you? Okay, and I think I mentioned it before, thinking that Leo and Neo were maybe the same person, but from two separate versions of the timeline, because there was weird timeline stuff going on. The two of you? Yes. There are two of me. The past. You wish to use this island for the final test, sir? Yes. What kind of test will it be? A brilliant one. That doesn't describe it. On the day of the test, the tide will recede to reveal a path connecting this island to the opposite shore. Okay, we do get some actual context. The regulars have to overcome all of my obstacles and reach the castle. And in the topmost chamber, I'll be waiting for them. Okay, this is a pretty normal seeming test to tell them that they've passed. Then to them, you have passed the test, regulars. I'll look like a god, right? It'll be an unforgettable moment they think about, even after becoming rankers, don't you agree? Absolutely, sir. I'm certain it will be grand. It will, won't it? Ha ha ha. What a disgrace. Pardon me, sir, but I must prepare for the test, and map out the castle structure. All right, I'm trusting you with this. Make sure my room is the most extravagant one of them all, so Asa's not actually even doing anything for himself here when it comes to the planning of this extravagant reveal at the test. My goodness, it's no wonder why the last head director quit. That night, what a beautiful view. The ruler of this floor is definitely an odd one, but I'm glad I decided to come back to the floor of tests. Here, I'll be able to forget everything and start anew. I'll recover the fresh, fiery drive I had when I first entered the tower. Alright. Since the ruler of this floor is utterly useless, I'll have to keep it together and make sure the test runs smoothly. A staircase? I wonder what's at the bottom. Wow, it's really long. Okay, we continue down. What? We find the jewel? A flower. How strange. I was never informed of something like this. It reaches out. Okay. I wonder... what was that? The following day, I was going to say, like, did he feel an energy coming from it? Did he have some sort of epiphany or receive some information from it? Like, how do we go from this to where we get? What was that? The following day, a flower made of jewels? Yes, sir. Were you unaware of its presence as well? I had no idea. I wonder why it was hidden so deep in the castle. It didn't look particularly special to me, sir. I'll just have to see it for myself. It's so beautiful. Sir? Absolutely gorgeous. I never knew such beauty could exist. Leave me. Yes, sir. That was strange. I didn't think he cared about anything in the world, but he's completely smitten with that thing. Well, I suppose it is quite a beautiful jewel, but I don't know if it's that beautiful. A few days later at the testing site. Welcome, regulars. I am Leo, the head director. We see the collection here. Just glancing at the designs. We got somebody with wings, kind of like Amigo Chaz. And is this? We have the person in the shirt. And I'll be administering this test. All of you will be... Huh? Hold on. And there's the other him? Is that me? What in the world's going on? Did they accidentally, by interacting with Mago, get Groundhog Day'd, basically? Where they're just kind of reliving a frozen, like they said, like one timeline is frozen or whatever? Are they basically stuck here, reliving things over and over again, so a version of him is just coming through over and over again? Me? What in the world's going on? At first I thought we simply looked alike, but even his hair, clothes, and shoes were the spitting image of me. When I first entered the tower, I was shocked, of course. I summoned him in secret, only to find out we had the same birthday, were the same age, and even had the same reason for climbing the tower. I was standing in the room as my past self. Your past self? That must have been quite a surprise. Did you make a wish upon my flower? I think I must have. When I first found you, you must have felt my burning desire to rediscover my past self. True, because that's what he was... Like, this chapter is really long. There's a lot going on. This feels like it could be 3 chapters of any other series. Because at the beginning he was thinking, oh, I need to rediscover the fresh, fiery passion that I used to have. I believe that's how we were created. You see, I only realized what you were after living through that cursed time. Judging by how long this story's getting, I am assuming you want information from me. That's correct, my lady. I noticed something strange as the test progressed. It almost seemed like he knew what would come next. And his control over Shinsu was uncanny. Realizing this, I summoned him again, and he told me the truth. He said it was his second time taking that same test. The first time he discovered a flower made of shining jewels. He was killed the moment he touched it. But then he found himself back at the testing site, where he saw me, a head director and a ranker, which he'd always dreamed of becoming. Now here's the conundrum. When I met you, I wished to return to my past as a regular, while my past self wished to skip to his future as a ranker. I desired the past, while he desired the future. So tell me, whose wish did you grant? That is real, or were their wishes both granted? That's true. Was he killed, like, did Neo get killed to become Leo, and Leo reverted to Neo? Interesting. Which one of us is real? I kind of feel like it's both, though. And she starts laughing. What a fascinating question. I shall give you the answer. Truly? Yes, but only if you grant me my wish. What would that wish be? Bring me Urek Mazino. Then use this jewel to make him my faithful servant. I mean, we all know this is not working out, but I find Mago's character really interesting. I'm in position. We have Asensio. Understood. We have... I don't think we got this person's name yet. If we did, I forgot it. I'm sorry. All exits should be blocked. Now I can proceed. We have Misheni. But she gets found by Asa. There you are, you sneaky little rat. And we saw that Asa's kind of not super sane anymore. But then in this flashback, Asa is sane, just a little quirky, a little quirked up. So I'm now wondering how sane present Asa is. And then Misheni's position's exposed as Asa goes for an attack. And Mago seems unfazed. Let the hunt begin. And sometimes Asa looks a little on the older side. Sometimes he's very baby-faced, very young looking. Okay. So that is it for Chapter 30. I thought it was really good. I like that backstory. I like the questions it brings up. I think generally I just don't like time stuff. There's a difference for me. Like when I said some of the writing choices in invalidating a lot of the things that happen in the last test I think are bad. To me, there's a difference between bad writing and writing I don't like, or writing that I think is bad and writing that I don't think is bad. I just don't personally like it that much. I think some of the decisions when it comes to how the last test was handled in the end, I think are bad personally, but the stuff involving time, I don't think is bad. I just think I don't like stuff involving time. I think it always unnecessarily convolutes things. It always kind of paints the author into a corner a bit. And it, for me personally, doesn't work out that well a lot of the time. It doesn't make a lot of sense a lot of the time. So I don't like time stuff as much personally, but I like the questions that it brings up with Leo and Neo. And again, I think he said his name was Leo. I hope I'm not misremembering. So I am curious when it comes to them. What was their original name? I would assume Leo seems more like an original name, and Neo is the new one. Hence the name. Is what I would think. We pretty much saw no Urek and not Chungum. What was his name? Was it Chungum? Something like that. We didn't see any of them, even though we left off with them last time. But I like this. I like Mago's character. I find it interesting. And what the Kun family is doing is, I didn't need it, but I am willing to give it time, obviously. I'm willing. I want to see where it goes. And Asa, I like Asa so far. I like the idea that we're going with here. A lot of the stuff when it comes to time and all of that doesn't really make a ton of sense. I mean, how would nobody else in the tower notice if there was some weird time discrepancy going on the second floor? So not all of it, again, when we get into time stuff, makes total sense, but I'm fine kind of just rolling with it. So yeah, I'm excited to continue. This wasn't the longest, but it is nearly 20 minutes already, so I'll at least be reading chapter 31. If we do 2 chapters a week to catch back up, hey, it might be a little bit longer to catch back up than I'd like, but I'm fine doing 2 chapters a week. But if any of them are a little shorter, a little bit of action chapters, maybe we can go for 3. We'll see though. Let's go to chapter 31. And I mentioned it in the videos I recorded yesterday, but even though I feel like I'm pretty much over, I feel like I've gotten over for the most part being sick for the past couple weeks, still recording like even for like 30 minutes yesterday, I'm like, man, I just do not feel very good. I've only been recording like 20 minutes, but I feel like my throat and breathing is bothering me. But either way, we'll do at least chapter 31, if not more. Let's see what we get into here. We pick up kind of where we left off with this Asa strike going in. And then we have everybody's reactions. Let the hump begin. And title splash, Urek Mazino, episode 31, A New Test, part 3. Okay. He's powerful. Far beyond a normal ranker. It figures a rat like you would know how to slip through the cracks. Hey. And then... So, there's more of them. Asensio's coming out. Moron, I told you to stay hidden. You dirty little rats. Always swarming in a disgusting horde. You think you can take my flower from me. Okay, so it seems like Asa's become obsessed with Mago. And paranoid over the castle and all. Think again, rats. Squeak, squeak, squeak! He's going nuts. Mago still unfazed, unbothered. I see we have some new faces. Perhaps some introductions are in order. Of course, that man is the ruler of this floor. Squeak, squeak! As you can see, he's not exactly coherent. Ah, I see. As for the others, I'm not entirely sure. Who are you exactly? Funny, I was just about to ask you the same thing. He prepares a spear. Who are you people? The test site for scouts. I'm only going to say this once, so listen up. If you pass this position test, you can apply for the final test right away, and we have Chungum. Again, Chungum? His name was something like that. So Lapis, I think, was the other name, but Chungum is funner. So you'd better give it your best shot. Okay? And we're actually going to get to see the position tests. That's good. Good luck. You know, this... Oh my... CU has never been fan servicey or anything really in all the time of writing the main series, but he just decided we're putting Evelyn in the story. We're just giving her the biggest moves we have ever done in Tower of God. He went all out for her. Jeez. You know this test site is for the scouts, right? So what are you doing here? Is Urek just going to take all of them? I figured I'd try switching to a scout. It's not worth it, Evelyn. Yay, very funny. Go to the test site for fishermen where you belong. Because he also went and did the test training with the puppy, Mr. Puppy, Baskerville, for the wave controllers. He's really running through multiple positions. I wonder if we'll get to see him interact with any of the others too. But you can stay, Rue. Our test got pushed back because so many people were injured, actually, which is why Urek dragged me along. That's totally fine. Your moral support is always appreciated. Just sit back and relax. I'll crush this test in no time. He's a scout too? Chungum. Didn't get the rosters. Huh, unlucky. Chungum. Just wait. Says Chungum. I'm coming for your head. This is Jungle Island. Very descriptive name. The ruler of this floor has released a whole bunch of dangerous Shinhil here. He's got a thing for collecting the powerful ones, you see. There's only one condition to pass this test. Escape the island. He's naked. But there are a few things you should keep in mind. There's only one exit that leads out of the island. Do we all have to be naked? As aspiring scouts, you must find this exit. If you leave through any other route, you'll be disqualified. Oh, and make sure you use your abilities as scouts to avoid all the dangerous creatures roaming around. All of this kind of makes sense. I feel like Evelyn's probably in good shape, given that she seems to have the elemental advantage over creatures. Of course, subjugating them is also an option. Feel free to kill each other if you wish. If only one regular is left standing, they will pass even if they fail to escape. Interesting, so you could just kill everyone else. Now, try your best to escape. And is it just me? The corners, the edges on these dialogue boxes are very pixelated. They're not the highest. They didn't use the highest quality here, is it? Was it just me? You really shouldn't be here, you know. You're not even a scout. But you can stay, Rue. We're a team. Who cares? He's not even the real test director, so he has no idea what position I am. Besides, they're probably not planning to let anyone pass. They want all of us to die. I think so too, but I wonder just how powerful these Shinhyo are. You know, Urek was trying to keep everyone alive before, so I wonder if he will again be trying to help everybody pass all of the position tests to try to keep everyone alive. Like, that could be a really interesting way to go about it, since Urek is so OP, since he's so strong. He's obviously not regular level, let alone floor 2 regular level. That could be a really interesting way to do this, is to have because then you can have Urek doing stuff, you can have the antagonist doing stuff, and you can have the regulars doing stuff, and all of the things they're doing matter. Is to have the antagonists trying to rig the tests against the regulars trying to pass the tests even though they're rigged, and Urek being OP trying to level the playing field in the tests. And also this could let him get experience with all the different positions, and with all the different characters here. Have Urek trying to fight against the rigging of the test to try to keep all of the test participants alive. And then all three parties are important plot-wise, and what they do matters plot-wise. I think that would be a cool way to do this. But then again, all of you, even if you're not reading the scans, are ahead of me, so it's like you already know the answers to these things. I think so too, but I wonder just how powerful these Shinhyo are. Yeah, and is this a tiny queen? Hold on. A predator. Doesn't seem so. It's literally just a blob with hair. Hold on, is this... The hair looks the same. Is it Tiny Queen? If so, Queen and Evelyn's friendship is one of my favorite parts of the spinoff. So I would love more Queen and Evelyn. So, stay away. Peep. Why is it coming closer? I think it likes you, Evelyn. Don't you dare follow me. Evelyn? Peep? This place is bigger than I expected. Yeah, I should just fly up and look for the exit. Don't wander too far, alright? Give me a shout if you run into anything scary. How old do you think we are? We can take care of ourselves. Stop trying to be cool. Just let me know if something bad happens. I wonder who the other scouts are. I really feel like a regular shouldn't be able to fly around like that. Let's go, Rue. But I think Urek wants us to stay put. Who cares? We'll be fine by ourselves. And why is that blob following us around anyway? I really do think it likes you. And it continues to follow. Run. What? Evelyn? I love it so much. It's so cute. It's still following behind. It falls down. Oh my god, it's too cute. It can speak as well. Evelyn. Evelyn. And oh no, it's being beset upon by fishmen orc-looking things. Evelyn, look, monsters. The blob is in danger. Damn it. Rue, spear. Okay. It's so cute. I love it so much. It's so cute. It's got very, I love the Dokubi from ORV, but it really has a Doro energy. Very Doro energy. Oh my god, and it's squaring up. Evelyn coming in with a kick. Its face is so cute. They crash back. And this could be a way to make the queen travel size so it can travel with Evelyn. So good. Peek. See you? He lost me. He's pulling me back in. Just give me more Queen and Evelyn. We have a spear from Rue. Okay, Rue is doing things. Good for him. Yeah, that's right. And don't you dare come back. So cute. Evelyn! Stay away from me. the pose. Maybe we should take it with us. I don't think it can fend for itself. Do whatever you want, but don't expect me to care. Thank you, Evelyn. Come on. Indifferent. It runs after her instead. Yeah, Evelyn's definitely its favorite. Strange. Something about that blob looks familiar. And Urek's flying around. Huh, you fool. You can fly around all you want, but you'll never find the exit. No luck here either. You know why? Because it doesn't exist. There, you know it's rigged, but I wasn't necessarily expecting it to be that rigged. Literally no win condition. There's no way out of this dome. I teleported in using my lighthouse. Your only choices are to get killed by a Shinhale or to break the dome and get disqualified. This test was never meant to let anyone pass. He laughs. What's his problem? He's watching on. Looks like they ran into a Shinhale. It seems to be following them around. One of them must be an anima. Let's see. Which Shinhale is that? Dang, it's just a blob. Huh? It's nowhere in the database. How did it get inside? This dome doesn't have an entrance. I wonder where that exit is. My observer's not picking anything up either. Yeah, I love its face. Huh? It dashes over? Hey, come back. What's it doing now? I think it wants us to follow. Okay, if he doesn't know how it got in, maybe there is an exit without them breaking the dome because of however the queen got in. Wait, stop, it's dangerous. Rue? What the heck is that, or is the deal with that blob? Squelching? That looks like Evelyn's weapon. The swirly thing, yeah, the sword, needle. We're getting swarmed by Shinhale because that thing dragged us here. Come back! Just let it go, Rue. Who cares if it dies? And then it's going through the tall grass some more, and we see an exit. Evelyn, look. I think this is the exit. It's so cute. What? The exit. It's right here. It was leading us right to it. Were you really leading us to the exit? I wonder if its design is even Doro inspired. I mean, like, thinking about it, Siyu is Korean. Were you really leading us to the exit? Hold on! Not only is Siyu Korean, there was a Tower of God, Nikkei crossover. Like the ad extra panels they did for the main series, right? I think that was on the main series. Evelyn. Thank you. But once we get out of here, you can't keep tagging along. Evelyn. I'm not looking to make any friends. I know I'll just lose them again. Urek? Yeah, we found the exit. You did? Yes. I really don't think a regular should be flying around like that. Oh, and is that Evelyn thinking or the queen? I think it's Evelyn from the color. Huh? No kidding. How'd you find it anyway? The blob helped us. It's so smug. I love it. Wow. You're really just a tiny blob, aren't you? And she gets pissed. Wait. God, I'm sorry, blob. It's throwing hands. That's not it. That's not the exit. Stop. Come back. Chungum. What do you mean it's not the exit? Look at it. Too many hits to the head last time? Maybe I beat you up. Or too many hits to the head last time I beat you up, maybe. And again, Urek was like, oh, I'll kill whoever killed my puppy. He said, I killed your puppy. And Urek just took that? You're just gonna take that? Like you're... Just kill this guy. I don't exactly, know what's holding him back here. I mean, maybe he doesn't want the repercussions or whatever, but I don't know. I feel like Urek should actually stand up for his word a little bit. No, what I'm trying to say is, that's not the exit we made for you. Did you make that exit, you little blob? Hey, don't mess with our blob, and they step in to protect it. So cute. Throb! Just turn back. That's not the real exit. Where's the exit then? What? Did you even make one in the first place? Of course. Liar. You never planned on letting anyone get out of here alive. Listen, we found the only exit, and we're going to use it. As if. I'm not going to allow that. Oh yeah? Want to fight it out then? What? If there really is an official exit, fine, we'll accept being disqualified. But if I'm right, then we'll settle it with our fists. Got it? You little... I'll give you a pass just as once he's being... Chungum. He's being a bitch. You all passed the test. What a jackass. I'll kill the puppy. I'll talk shit about killing the puppy. Oh, you want to beat up whoever killed the puppy? That was me. And then, no, I'm not going to fight you. Now get lost. Aw. Is somebody scared? And you. Where are the other participants? Where are the other scouts? Now you're just asking for it. And we end there. Another really good chapter. On the one hand, I think, to compare and contrast, I think last episode was better in the backstory stuff. I think the backstory stuff and the way that sets up the characters is really good. And overall, there's a part of me that kind of, like, in a vacuum, I like last chapter more than this chapter. But this chapter lets us know the Queen is fine, presumably. The Queen and Evelyn can continue their friendship. And character-wise, not only can we continue their friendship, but we see Rue stepping up. He got one hit in, but we're seeing the repercussions where Evelyn's like, I finally made a friend. I finally had a friend, and I lost them, and I'm afraid to be hurt again. And I really just want Evelyn to accept the new Doro-Queen and for them to just be friends again. I love them. They're my favorite characters in the spinoff. Urek here, continuing to talk shit like he's done for the entirety of the manhwa, but it doesn't always lead anywhere. It doesn't always lead anywhere. And Chungum is just so hateable, and I felt like before they had Chungum and the guy with the glasses whose name I'm forgetting at the moment. Urek didn't remember him either. We had them, and they were so hateable and dislikable, and it felt like that was going somewhere, that we were going to get the catharsis of them being dealt with or whatever, and we are still going to get that eventually, but maybe it's a little bit too dragged on. It's not that long. Like, it's not a big complaint, but I went from thinking, I hate Chungum, and I hate these antagonists, and that's going to be so satisfying, seeing them just get beat up. But after Urek beat up Chungum and the guy with the mask, Rahab, after he did that, it's like, okay, I don't need them around anymore. I've gone from like being like, I hate them, but it's satisfying because they're good antagonists, to now just being like, I hate them. Now I just hate Chungum, and it's like, he can be kind of entertaining, so it's fine. Again, it's not a big complaint. He can be kind of entertaining, but I kind of just hate him. It doesn't feel like it's a hate that's leading me anywhere. I just don't like the guy. I just think he sucks. And even now, when he gets beat up, I'm going to be like, okay, will he finally be gone? So yeah, I don't like this guy. He's a frustrating, annoying, hateable villain, which is a good thing, I think. But I kind of just really hope it's actually leading somewhere. I really, really hope it's actually leading somewhere, because that's my thing with Tower of God, is I want to get emotionally invested. I want to hate the bad guys. I want to love the good guys. I want to be excited for a new subplot that's coming in. I want to be excited for a new character that gets introduced. But so often with Tower of God, Floor of Death onward, really, so often you get burned on that. You get burned when you're like, oh, I really like this character. You never seeing them again, or they're never going to do anything. Oh, I really hate this villain. Nothing's going to happen. You just get screwed on caring about characters and subplots sometimes, because they don't actually end up going anywhere. And I am emotionally invested, so I really hope CU goes somewhere. But I did love these two chapters, and now I'm torn because I really want to keep reading. But I've been recording for 40 minutes, and if I record and it's another 20 minutes, that's going to be an hour-long video. It's going to be a lot to edit and everything. But I can't stop myself. when I I cannot stop myself. I gotta keep going. I gotta read 32. I can't stop. I am so bought in right now. So let's see what happens with the next one. Also, I still do want to know, what's the deal with all the rest of the scouts? Where are the other scouts? I'm just really, really happy because I loved the Queen so much, and now we have Doro-Queen, and I love Doro-Queen so much. There was so much personality shown off last chapter, but it looks like this one is a new test part 4, so we're still on the same thing. Sorry, just reading up in the top left. Is someone scared? Now you're just asking for it. Sounds like you've got a death wish. Okay, are you gonna do anything? Does he just get pressured? Or does Urek just lift his hand and he cowers? Yeah, you're definitely scared. Absolutely not. Absolutely yes. I'll let this one slide since I'm a test director now. Ugh. Since I'm supposed to be your mentor and all. But try something like this again and I'll make you regret it. Understood? If you don't change your attitude, I'll make you regret it. I kind of, I hope we do see the other position tests, because I'd like to see more of the regulars, even though we didn't really get to see them here. But I'm also curious about the other angels. I'm curious about the other new test directors. If you don't change your attitude, I'll make you regret it. Chungoof. Watch yourself. A new test, part 4. Urek Mazino, test site for fishermen. Mazino, where are you, Mazino? Seriously? Don't tell me he's skipping again. We have the princess, the masked guy, and the blue vest Todoroki in disguise looking guy. If he gets disqualified from this test, that's it for him. I guess he's finished then. Urek, he was my ticket to the next floor. Haru. That's what he gets for acting like some kind of hotshot. Let's just disqualify him and get this test on with. No, I will wait for him. What? But why? 30 minutes, that's all. This is completely unfair. Why does he get special treatment? That's fine with me. I'll wait for him too. Your Highness, if you don't like it, disqualify me too. I love you, Your Highness. Of course not. I'd love to wait for him. So if you don't like it, disqualify me too. Shouldn't they be happy about that? Less competition from a strong opponent? Unless they're supposed to be working together as a team to pass. Alright, we escaped. I didn't expect anyone to escape so quickly. We have a person eating an apple? And who were you? I thought the exit would be a lot harder to find. The name's Shine. I'm a scout just like yourself. I skipped all the lessons, so you probably don't know me. But since we both passed, we might as well stick together. This seems very suspicious. Has she been here this whole time? Her design... I mean, I guess she kind of looks like Noelle from Hololive. I was thinking of like a video game character she looked like, though. Right. She found the exit before we did? Okay, that's done. I've got somewhere else to be. Where are you off to now? I'm going to the test site for light bearers. What? But you're not even a light bearer. Shouldn't you worry about your own test? Right. Thanks for the advice. I would love it if he goes, like I said, to... If we have all of the test directors trying to screw over all of the test takers, but then you have Urek and his goal as main character is screw over the test directors who are trying to screw over the test takers. Like, I think that's a really interesting setup. Here's the thing with Shine, though. Very suspicious. Did she, like she said, didn't know if people would find the exit. So did she make the exit for the Queen to come in and all? She seems suspicious. Or are they going to be the only two scouts that pass? We don't know other scouts. I'm going to the test site for light bearers. What, but you're not even a light bearer. Shouldn't you worry about your own test? Right. Thanks for the advice. Bye. He takes off flying. I can never figure out what's going on in his head. Then, and what am I gonna do with this one? It's so cute. I love it so much. The cruise. Test site for light bearers. This test. We have Berber, was that his name? Is completely absurd. It was designed as a trap. That woman never planned to let any of us pass. 20 minutes ago. Hey kiddos, my name's Mono, and I'll be the test director for you cute little light bearers. I hate complicated stuff, so I'm gonna make this real simple. We got Bluey here, the guy with the green hair, and somebody in a dress I don't recognize. I feel like when it comes to the female designs for the spinoff, I mean, there have always been attractive characters, like both male and female, in Tower of God. Tower of God's always had attractive designs and stuff, but it feels like CU has kind of stepped it up in terms of trying. It feels like he's trying to make the designs more attractive. Maybe it's influence from the mobile games and seeing how good the designs for the mobile games are. To pass this test, you'll have to take aerial shots. Basically, aerial shots. What the heck is that? Basically, they're pictures taken from above your subject. Like this. Make sure the top of their head is in the shot. Now, let me go over the rules. If you manage to take an aerial shot of someone using your lighthouse, that person is out and will fail the test. Once there's only one person left within the test site, that person will pass and move on to the next test. Simple, right? Okay then, let's get this started. What the? Only one of us is going to pass. In that case, I'll go after him first. And they all go after Berber? Sorry. Looks like I already won. There's our winner. No. Wait, no, please. Bluey! No, I liked Bluey. I liked Bluey a lot more than Berber. If you were to ask me who I want to be the light bearer continuing on with Urek and the others, I would have put Bluey. I would have put Bluey over Berber. You got exactly what you wanted. You said you ate complicated things, right? Well, your test wrapped up in quite a simple way. With me as the winner. What are you talking about? No one's passed this test yet. Pardon? Like I said, the final person left in the test site will pass. Yes, and I'm the only one who's... Wait. That's right. I'm still here, aren't I? What? You're a test director and a ranker. You can't seriously expect me to defeat you. Who said anything about beating me in a fight? You just have to take the perfect shot. And she goes in with the lighthouse, but he's able to avoid with a warp field, I think, probably? This test is completely absurd. It was designed as a trap. That woman never planned to let any of us pass. Don't want to fail? Then get the shot. Simple. And it looks like he's still doing the same. I'm kind of busy trying to run away from your lighthouse. And if this is teleportation field, I feel like the light bearers that we know didn't start using that until, like, past... Like, they didn't start using that till, like, Hell Train Saga, right? So if so, he's pulling out some crazy stuff. What kind of messed up test is this? I mean, come on, she's a ranker. Damn. Damn it. If I were the Supreme Conqueror, I could have fought in the name of justice. Say cheese. And Urek, again, I love the idea of this. Them trying to screw over the regulars with the tests and Urek flipping it around on them. I love this idea. I love this concept. And he manages to help Berber get the win. Hey, that came out great. What's the meaning of this? There you go. You know, I thought Berber was a stupid name, but we also had Purper in the main series, right? So it is a sort of similar thing. Oh, that was a Lopobia, though, not Povidal. Never mind. There you go. You got the shot, so you passed the test, right? Yeah. Cheater, you can't just barge in here like that. You only got that shot because you caught me off guard. Wrong. I could have taken that shot whether you saw me or not. But if you want to complain, I don't mind crushing you into pieces. So there really is only one person left here. Would you prefer that? Again, he is using the threat of violence when need be. No, right? And then, hup, say cheese. How dare you? Why does it have to be the top of the head anyway? You look so much prettier like this. That doesn't matter. And she's getting flustered? Who cares? That's so cute. Yeah, whatever. So, does he pass the test, or should I grind you into dust instead? Fine. He can pass. Thanks, bye. But what about Bluey? Yeah, go, and don't come back. It seems like we're really narrowing our cast down. Like, we've got 2 scouts, we've got a light bearer, and we might be narrowing the rest down even more too. If so, it'll kind of be a bummer if Aru doesn't stick around. I won't be shown around. The princess's teammate with the sniper I think is cool. And obviously Urek and his teammates. I think that's about it for the regulars, maybe. Yeah, go, and don't come back. I don't really care about the blonde guy or the fox mask guy that much. Right back at ya. Or the vest guy. I think there are 2 vest guys. Right back at ya. Get out of here. And then he's going to look at him as the champion of justice, isn't he? Supreme Conqueror? Test site for fishermen. Sir, we've waited 30 minutes. Time's up. He's not coming. Can we please get on with the test now? It's only been 29 minutes. Here I am. He crashes in. Mazino? Wait, no way. You were all waiting for me? Just a few more seconds and you would have been disqualified, Mazino. Really? Nice. How'd you get here with just 1 minute to spare? You must have worked something out with the test director. Huh? Why the hell would I do that? What took you so long? I had to make a quick stop first. I figured Danjon would be too stingy to give me a full hour, right? But I thought he might wait 30 minutes. Well then, let's get on with it. Time to start the test, fishermen. Mago's Castle. And we're back here. I want to know more about the new Coon character, because we haven't seen him in the present day. Let's do a quick sound check. A sad ballad. Listening to their heartbeats. Hardcore. What kind of melody is her heart beating to? It's like nothing I've ever heard before. And we end there. Okay, I'm excited to potentially learn more next time. That was a good set of chapters. Again, I have qualms about all the time stuff, but I thought that 30 was a really good chapter. I like the stuff going on with the characters, with Asa, with Mago, with Leoneo, there was somebody else that got good character development. You get my point. Then last chapter, we get Queen Doro. Oh my gosh, she's so great. More Queen and Evelyn as possible. And not only possible, it's happening. It's so good. I'm excited for it. And here we continue on with that. We set up Berber as, again, I may have gotten his name wrong the entire video. But it was something along those lines. We set him up as our light bearer. I'm bummed that Bluey is gone. I liked Bluey. So bummer there. We have Urek now about to start the fisherman test, and I mentioned it a bunch of times where when I kind of first saw it taking shape, I was like, I love the concept of the test directors making unfair tests, and Urek's test basically as main character is to help the others pass. Getting over my sadness that it's him instead of Bluey, it was really cool being like, oh, you like complicated things? Well, I've already won. I've already passed this. And then having the stuff where it's like, oh, now he's going to look up to Urek. I think all of that stuff is good. But like I said when I first started bringing it up, having it so that Urek's plotline as the main character is trying to help them through these rigged tests is so good because it makes what the antagonists do matter. They are trying to rig the tests. It makes what they do matter. It makes what the regulars do matter because, we had Shine come out of nowhere. We got rid of all the potential old scouts, I guess, and now Shine's the only other scout, whatever's going on there. So we've got Shine. And then, what is the deal with Shine? They're definitely suspicious, right? Oh, I was here the whole time, but I skipped all the classes. What do you mean? I am suspicious. But we set up those, and Evelyn and the things that Evelyn and Rue had to do mattered. and the stuff that Berber had to do mattered, and it makes what Urek has to do matter because he's the main character, he's the most important, and he's the one helping them pass everything. I love the idea of this, and it's like, this is how you write a character that's too strong to really compete at the same level as the regulars, is you've got the regulars competing, but you've got Urek basically competing against the test directors. The test directors are trying to help them, or trying to make them fail. Urek's trying to make them pass, and it's a competition on whether they pass or fail between Urek and the test directors. I think that's so good. I like it a lot. And we have Urek holding the threat of violence over them. Hey, you don't like the results? Then we can fight it out. And it seems like none of them are willing to step up to that plate. So that's been very good. When it comes to the fishermen now, again, I really want Urek to stick around. Obviously, he's going to. I want Aru to stick around, though. Honestly, they're not going to drop the princess. The princess is going to stick around. But if they did drop the princess, I wouldn't care. I don't like the princess. But we can drop the fox mask guy. We can drop the blonde guy. We can drop the blue vest guy. I don't really care about those three. Those three can fail. Let Urek, the princess, and Aru continue. As far as the spear bearers go, if the princess's sniper teammate is a spear bearer, I hope she gets to continue on. Unless that was Shine. The sniper didn't look like that, right? Was Shine the sniper? I thought she had long hair. I don't really remember. We barely saw her. But I would assume she's a spear bearer because she's a sniper. So sniper teammate, I hope continues. I obviously hope Rohan continues. And then Rue is obviously going to continue. And I would have also thought that Bichon was maybe a spear bearer because Bichon had a spear, right? If so, that's 4. Are we really putting through 4 spear bearers? I would like all of those characters to continue, though. I'd like all 4 to continue. But after seeing what happened to Fox, I don't really have high hope for the sniper teammate, to tell the truth. And then when it comes to the wave controllers, all we really have is Neo. And if Neo is just the younger, fresh, fiery version of Leo, then Neo can continue with Urek and go up the tower and all, because while Neo is special and really talented and all, they are still a regular, and it's still fair and all. So I would be cool seeing Neo pass and continue on with them. And I don't think I know any other wave controllers, truth be told. So hey, maybe the sniper teammate's a wave controller and can pass there alongside Neo. I don't think I remember any of the other regulars, really. But either way, that is where I'll end. Thank you for being here for like an hour-long video. I really liked these 3 chapters. Good little review of why I liked all 3 of them there at the end. I suppose I'll end it here, so thank you for watching. Like if you did like the video, comment down there to tell me what you thought of this series of chapters, my thoughts and reaction, all of that. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Follow on Twitter if you want. If you want a link to the Discord server, it's free and open for anyone. Subscribe. It would mean a lot if you subscribed. I would really, really love it. Thank you so much. If you would like to help support the channel by dropping a super thanks, by sharing around, it's really appreciated. If you want to help support the channel, get your name at the end of videos, get One Piece Bingo early, then hit join down below to become a member. Go to patreon.com/HakuOfTheTubes, or a link will be in the description to become a patron. Thank you so much to people who are already members and patrons. Thank you to chosen regulars Evan, Holly, and Bertie Wooster, Magical Girls, DD Ban, and Maru, Cheriton Student, David Langstaff, Slayer Candidates, SG and Stan Cedar, and Pure Elements, Pater Dial, and Elsa the Storyteller. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.